Lastly, I want to show you the Nebraska Tax Worksheet. There will be a further video on this website that goes into the tax worksheet in more detail, but we will do some basics here. To access the worksheet, click on 05 Nebraska Tax and expand by clicking on the plus sign to the left. Highlight 05.1 Inheritance Tax and notice the list of documents that are shown to the right. The first one are the tax worksheet instructions. Then there are two versions of the inheritance tax worksheet. One is for decedents who died in 2008 and after, and one is for decedents who died prior to 2008. Be certain that you are using the correct tax worksheet. The schedules to the tax worksheet appear underneath the tax worksheets. To begin creating a tax worksheet for a decedent who died in 2008, highlight 05.101 Nebraska Inheritance Tax Worksheet 2008. Before I click inside, I want you to note something about the tax worksheets. Most of the other forms in this program are Word templates. The tax worksheet is an Excel template, and it means that there are some differences to be noted in working with it. One of the differences between an Excel template and a Word template is that when you reassemble an Excel template, it will reassemble the same Excel template. This becomes important because if you were to type changes in the Excel template once you had assembled it, when you went back into this interview and reassembled it, it would wipe out all the changes you had made. Secondly, unlike the Word templates, there are several areas in the tax worksheet where you will be typing in information that is not provided through the program. Well, I have suggested to new users that the best way to use the Nebraska Tax Worksheet is to put in all the information possible that you can put in first, then to click the fill button, assemble it, and save it as a different document rather than leaving it to the default save name. That way, if you wish to make changes and then to create a new sheet, you can go back in and recreate the sheet without losing the changes you may have typed into the Nebraska Tax Worksheet you had already created. Again, we have a similar date set up to what you've seen previously. You have the option of creating this as a tentative or final determination. Down here under the asset schedules, you will note that it will ask you to include title and line itemization detail. You should check these boxes. However, you should realize that you will need to go out of this interview and click on the asset schedules which I showed you previously in order to create the schedules. Note here that many of the figures that you have already put into the program have been entered into this sheet. Again, there's an override option to the right of the field which will allow you to enter whatever figure you would desire. This is not, however, recommended because it might cause the figures in the tax worksheet to be different from those in the inventory and other asset sheets which are pulling from the file. If, however, you are only creating the tax worksheet, feel free to use the override button. Moving down, you will see that there are some fields here that have not been filled in that you will be able to fill in as you desire. You also have check boxes. When you're done, click the fill button. A warning box will appear. Click OK. The tax worksheet will now appear. Notice that where we have figures, they have been placed in the boxes for you and toted up. You'll also notice as you go through the sheet that there are areas where figures have not been entered where it will be necessary for you to do the entering. It is an excellent idea to read Chapter 14 of the manual, which comes with the Nebraska PSV05 system. You have now reached the end of what would be a normal beginner's course in Nebraska Probate System 5. I hope that you found this useful and that you will explore the system, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Thank you for your time and attention.